Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year. I just wanted to tell you guys,
I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour.
David has given multiple reactions to the current allegations against him, likely due to him being caught in an illegal transaction of transferring assets out of his name right when Celeste passed. It reads, sources believe after David hired his new legal firm and transferred assets out of his name, he's preparing for the police to close on him. Expect his arrest soon. As a lawyer would explain, this was illegal.
You know, transferring these assets in the middle of an investigation, as opposed to 2 years ago or a year ago.
Right.
Could a court look at this and say, this was a deliberate attempt to, what you say, concealing assets, and they could breach it, they could pierce it, they could say, even though that you've transferred this into your mother's name, that was invalid. This is a way for, let's say, a plaintiff who sues him, or let's say in a criminal judgment to pay that fine. Can a court look at that and say, even though you transferred it, it's still open season on those properties?
Yeah, this is what's so puzzling about this. It is a very basic premise of law throughout the country that you can't transfer assets after the event happens that would otherwise trigger collecting on those assets. So we have rules in different states. Sometimes they're called fraudulent transfers. Sometimes they're called fraudulent conveyances. There's a lot of different names for them. But the crux of it is you cannot transfer assets.
While David tried to pull a fast one on police by trying to protect his assets, it won't end up working in the end. However, the feds found something when David submitted his asset transfer paperwork. They realized he has had a private rental home that he has never mentioned before. In the background of Celeste's TikToks, it actually matches the furniture that investigators saw inside of the private rental. However, she wasn't the only person living in it, because so was a man named Neo. Neo is rumored to have been living in David's rental home. It reads, this in no way implies any type of guilt, but based on Steve's recent findings in David's social media, it's very possible that his friend Neo was the last one driving the Tesla. Neo has wiped his social media clean of David and does not follow him on Instagram. This post and information has not been confirmed by LAPD or officials, but it relates perfectly to the investigator hinting towards Neo's involvement.
You know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house, because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't know.
With this going viral online, Neo would start doing shady things to his social medias, where it would be announced receipts show that David and Neo, who had been constantly together, no longer follow each other on Instagram. What happened to Celeste, and who put her in the Tesla? Did Celeste learn or witness something significant to David, given his public profile as an artist? Where rumors began circulating that David may have had a relationship with Neo. Several Instagram photos show the two together, either laying in bed, recreating the famous Titanic pose, and so much more. Making many question, is David hiding out somewhere with Neo, and the two pretended to cut all contact on social media? The private investigator would then be asked, where is David right now?
Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent. What's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
However, days later, David would then make his first appearance of two. This one was accidentally by posting a new song. It reads, David just posted a song titled Rush to his official BandLab account and then quickly deleted it. David is currently under investigation by the LAPD, where there is comments from fans that would be asking if he did it. Once getting those notifications, David would then quickly delete the new song. But it's important to understand his second response, which is a video. But to understand it, it's important to hear out the private private investigator, speaking on what he thinks happened to Celeste.
You don't know more information about when she, right?
No, I don't have any information of how she, when exactly she. I have, listen, investigations are always moving, and right now I tend to believe it happened a while ago, a long time ago. And I think January, February, things change. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything. And I also think when I first started looking at this case, I'm very much an Occam's razor type of person where I think things are a lot easier than people try to make them sometimes, especially online, into these big things. And I thought this was going to be a tragic, which it very well still could be. And they made a bad decision because they didn't want to expose a potential relationship and put her in this Tesla. And then maybe he thought he could get somebody to get rid of that car. And they were just like, no, I'm not doing it. And just got left there. But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house that there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her.
But there was one more piece of evidence that he did find, which would end up being David's official reaction. Knowing David had a second home, it's important to figure out the last time that he was there. It said that Celeste would have been living at his second home because it's a lot more private. Now add that with the news of video David recorded at his other house where Celeste stayed in February 2025. Celeste had likely been passed for a few weeks at this point. Also in February, he leased a red Tesla and stopped using the black one, where the investigator notices the picture frame behind David. They also checked the date of when David recorded this video, lining up perfectly to around the time investigators believe Celeste had passed, making this his official reaction.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And then it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January, and all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now, but it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
I had to mute the words that he said, but in that video, he mentions about people passing in 2025, where it's also important to note Celeste was staying in David's private rental home and that he stopped using a $100,000 Tesla so then he can go lease a red Tesla worth $60,000. With all of these new findings against David, the LAPD made a move on him because it reads, too many coincidences, the strange timelines surrounding David and Celeste. On September 18th, David transferred his Texas home into his mom's name. The same day, Celeste was identified and found in the Tesla. Just a day earlier, the LAPD executed a search warrant at his Hollywood Hills rental, and on that same day, September 18th, a police call was falsely reported that somebody passed at one of David's other homes. When police arrived, they were met by David's parents, who said that his younger brother and sister were upstairs.
No, out of all times for this to happen, as he's discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate call.
Comment down below what you think is the real truth, because some believe this was a warning for what is about to come his way. Not knowing where David is, some believe police made a house call to where his family is staying to see if David just so happened to be there, where they could have possibly questioned questioned him about Celeste. They're making a move on him because of what they found in 2 David interviews, where in the first one, David says that he wants to live on an island with no social media in 4 years, coincidentally when Celeste would have became an adult.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying, why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I'm going crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely not.
Fans noted the question was, where do you want to be in 5 years? But he mentions where he wants to be in 3 to 4. However, the second interview is the worst one. It comes right after the news of David update, an alleged photo of David wearing a similar wig to the one Celeste Rivas was wearing has surfaced online, proving that David likes anime, which is totally fine, but it's how he describes wanting to be an anime character that makes the situation suspicious. I'm sure many of you like anime. However, David confirmed that he has an alter ego who lives in an anime-like world where he likes to imagine that he's a character who commits very serious crimes, in one in particular.
Basically, an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the vault for.
Like the video if that's weird to you, because one viral reply read, there's hundreds of crimes that he could have used as an example when describing his alter ego, but he chooses to say that one. I can't be the only person seeing how obvious this all is, right? This would end up going viral online, which David didn't like, so he did the unthinkable. It was announced, if anyone is wondering where David is right now, he's lurking still and literally been playing Fortnite just recently, where his account was playing multiple games of Fortnite within the same hour that interview went viral online. David's a competitive Fortnite player and has been for the last several years. In case you didn't know, there's a popular Fortnite tracker website. You can follow your favorite streamer or celebrity's gamer tag and you'll be notified the moment they get online, play a game, and you'll even get notified of how well they did. Once that interview went viral online, David hopped on Fortnite, likely hoping it would take its spot in virality. Fans even wrote, there's no way that is David's first response to all of this happening. If he knows that he's innocent, shouldn't he have gone about this in a much different way rather than letting his career dwindle down? But what David didn't know is the worst was yet to come. Evidence files went through the LA court system, and here's all the evidence they have. You tell me if he sounds guilty. They began the file showing one of the last times that Celeste was seen on camera at David's August 24th concert. It was written, David's brother and Celeste in the VIP area on David's Silver Spring concert last August 24th, where fan recordings at David's concert showed multiple angles of Celeste standing with David's brother in the VIP section. But here's where it gets very odd. Celeste is seen with David's brother very often, even seen backstage with him when it was shared. If this video is accurate, it means Celeste was still alive on June 27th, 2024, allegedly seen backstage at a David concert alongside his brother. Look closely, she is wearing the Hello Kitty sandals. According to her missing person poster, her family noted the last they seen her, she was wearing Hello Kitty sandals, the same ones that she was seen wearing at David's show with David's brother. But they also noted that David soft launched his relationship during a Twitch live stream when it was announced a resurfaced clip from David on January 11th, 2024 shows him with Celeste on stream, where he tells his mods to delete all VODs and clips after the stream ends.
Wait. Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan. Big spot me. Oh, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta sound with him if you even.
We
We need to delete this.
Are we, Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
They even found evidence from a man David made music with a few years ago. After their friendship fell through, he even tried exposing David for what he does outside of music and who he hangs with, but nobody ended up listening to him.
And I just want to clear up that the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of... It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got it here. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after that.
But here's where it gets a lot stranger, where David was recognized by a Twitch live streamer while he was playing in an arcade with Celeste.
Yeah, that's order.
Why you look good?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
W's in the chat, man.
While some believe that actually isn't Celeste, it's important to note she is wearing the same Gap sweater as seen during a photo taken of her, which is even featured on her missing person poster. Not only that, but the glasses that she is wearing at the arcade is the same glasses that she is wearing while on FaceTime with David in the same room. But here's where it gets even worse. DJ Academics would begin looking into it, where he would find a weird trend with his music titles.
Crashing. Where'd it go wrong? Ghost. Where did you go? Afterlife.
But during Academics' live stream, more footage would leak online, this time David cleaning Celeste's shoes outside of his home. These are the same Jordans that she is wearing on the school bus, which is her profile photo on her socials. This resulted in Celeste's brother speaking out for the first time. Her brother wrote, "Why are people lying saying that I knew more? I didn't. So I don't know why people are lying trying to make me look bad. Celeste did nothing but love me, and I was one of the only people that she loved. I never knew information about anything up until the last time that she left." Where later in the evidence file, they even found a post reading, "A Redditor went to David's house this morning and allegedly found a Tesla key card right outside the front of his home in a gutter behind some leaves. He claimed to have informed the police. Pretty crazy if this is real. When the police arrived, they claimed the Tesla key card. Tesla owners confirmed that color key card goes with the SUV Tesla that David owned.
After someone noticed a foul odor coming from a car. Once inside, they discovered a wrapped in plastic. The car, which was a Tesla, that belonged to a singer and Queens native who goes by the name David, spelled with A4.
This key card was found just outside the garage of the home, where it's also noted a Tesla has a 360-degree motion sensor, meaning the LAPD knows who did the crime and who put Celeste in it. But comment down below who you believe did the crime. I'm gonna read them all, and like the video if you believe David played a part. I'm curious how many of you do.
David Tesla was repoed on September 8th. He started his tour August 5th, 9th. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days before it got repoed. He reported it missing in between that, but it's been sitting before he started his tour. He called to report a Tesla missing. Now chat, anybody in chat, go to Google and say, can I call Tesla? If my Tesla is missing, can I call Tesla to track it? Watch what it shows you. To call Tesla, a Tesla of all cars you reported missing. When you can call Tesla and get it tracked, that don't make sense. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days. So from when the car was impounded on the 8th, we can add 31 days plus add some change. That's days, if not a week. or more before he started his tour, bro. Dating a 13-year-old, bro. Probably got a. That's why he did that.